Other forms of entertainment was the department stores. This was more of a family environment type of friendly. This was a one-stop shop for all your goods and services. So you see here, you could go to the dentist on the department store. You could go and buy your meat. You could go and buy some groceries. You got clothing. You could even get a law office, some legal advice as well. So the department store is a new idea. It's a new form of entertainment as well. And again, for the most part, it was family friendly, where everybody was able to go. Now, this was some form of pseudo democracy. In a democracy, everybody was supposed to be equal, right? Which, of course, we have learned that African Americans were not equal, other immigrants were not equal, women, even white women, were not equal, right? So pseudo democracy because everybody was able to go, but not everybody is able to purchase items from there. So middle class women were the ones that were working at these stores. They were middle class women, the ones that were purchasing the goods in these stores. They were lured in by tea rooms, children's play areas, wrap and carry purchases, and credit, right? You can't purchase everything by cash right now. That's okay. We'll give you credit, come back later, pay the rest, right? The people that were working in there were the poor people, right? Poor people that were working there long hours. Now, these conditions were not all that horrible, but they were working long hours. And even with that, they were unable to purchase the items that they were advertising themselves. So this is why it was called a pseudo democracy, because it was more of a class difference than what it was a true democracy as well. And department stores become just one of many new ideas that people were able to enjoy as form of entertainment as well. Again, working women worked as clerks, cashiers, and attendants. Another form of entertainment was P.T. Barnum's circus. Now, P.T. Barnum's, this was a road show attraction. So he went around from city to city trying to show the eccentric. So here we have Jumbo, the elephant, and the circus encouraged young men to be active, to show their skills, right? To be able to be somebody in society. And again, this was more of a family friendly environment where everybody's able to go. Unfortunately, P.T. Barnum thus he recruits people with oddities, and because of that, he is criticized to a certain extent fairly about what he was doing, because in this sense, he was making money off people with disabilities and uniqueness as well. Other form of entertainment, we have something called the vaudevilles, over here down here. Vaudevilles were known for music, dancing, and just displaying different talents here. So we have a trapeze, we have a clown, we have a dog, right? Somebody who is dancing. Again, a form of environment, family friendly, but again, who was able to afford to go to these places? Usually middle class and the elite. The poor people are working too long, and even if they had the time, they couldn't afford it. So while urbanization and immigration creates some new avenues for society, very few people were actually able to enjoy these new forms of entertainment in society. But they were there, and the working class hoped that one day they were able to enjoy all these goods. And some people who were poor became very rich because they were able to take advantage of some of these talents that they had and be able to display them on hand. Now, ragtime is a form of music that it talks about blues, and blues are talk about working hard and heartbreak. And that's how many young people felt. They felt that they were working hard in the city, but they were heartbroken because the city was not something that they wanted. Now, notice Scott Joplin, which is the king of ragtime here, is an African American. So ragtime is one of those rare entertainments that actually breaks racial barriers, because ragtime attracted all people, black and white, and everybody else. It was a upbeat music that people were able to enjoy, and for the most part, people didn't really care if it was black or not. Scotland Joplin introduced ragtime in the Chicago's World Fair in 1893, and again, the world became it was introduced to ragtime, and so that also made it a little big. And then finally, parks. So the park that you see here is Central Parks. Parks become a more form of a democracy because parks are free. Everybody's able to go and enjoy the park in different ways. Of course, there was other forms of social inequality. So, for example, if you wanted to rent a little boat, only the rich and the middle class could do it. But parks, you're able to get out of the city, get into Central Park, and enjoy the natural air, which is something that we should do because it's good for your health, mental and your emotional health, especially in the times that we are living in. But the outdoors become the primary form of entertainment at the turn of the century. So we'll leave it at that.